In this video, I'm going to show you how to get rid of hip pain for good. Stay tuned. Hey everyone, Dr. Rowe here at SpineCare in St. Joseph, Michigan. So let's get rid of hip pain for good in a two-part process. The first part, we're going to focus on stretching everything out around the hip capsule and joint. The soft tissue, ligaments, tendons, you name it. Let's get some quick pain relief in there. The second part, we're going to focus on getting rid of hip pain for good by strengthening and building a better foundation around that hip. All of these exercises and stretches you can do at home. The great part is they don't need any special equipment. The only thing that I'm going to be using is an everyday foldable chair and a beat-up broomstick. These are safe, natural movements that are very effective towards giving quick pain relief into the hip. So let's get started with them and get that hip feeling better right now. So this first hip pain relief exercise is really good because it's going to allow you to have a lot of control over putting safe motion into the hip to loosen it up. I'm going to be using my beat up broomstick for this. If you don't have a broomstick, you can use a PVC pipe or just go out in the yard and grab a big stick. It all works the same, it just needs to be long and sturdy. So whatever hip that I'm looking to target, what I'm going to do, lay flat, you can do this in bed or on the floor, and then bring the knee up to 90 degrees like this. Take the stick, put it behind the knee, and then you're going to want to hook the other end with the foot just like this. Grab the other end with your hand. What you're going to do is just push outwards with the stick. What this is going to do is put rotation into the hip, a lot more motion. Go to a point where you feel a very good stretch and hold that for 15 seconds. What you're going to do then is you're going to relax, come back to the starting point, and then push it inwards this time to get more rotation in the other direction. Again, this right here, it works very, very well because you're going to be able to control these motions very, very safely. Hold this one for 15 seconds, come back to the starting point, and then just simply try to do 5 complete repetitions on each side. With this hip pain relief stretch, we're going to focus on the front of the hip with a 3D hip flexor stretch. This one is really good. I'm going to be using a foldable metal chair as seen on popular wrestling TV shows. What I'm going to do is just bring one leg up like this, put it at 90 degrees while the other one is kept straight. With this, we want to make sure that the hips, the pelvis are in very good neutral position, and we want to make sure the low back and the upper back also have very good posture. Let's just simply put our hands onto the bent knee and then lean into it. You're going to feel a very good stretch into the front of the leg. If you need it to become more intense, what you can do is bring that leg backwards, and at that point you're going to feel, again, a very good stretch right there in the front of the hip. Hold this for 15 seconds and then just relax. And then you're going to want to repeat this 3 times. What we can do from there to get a little bit more of a stretch is lean into it, put our hands up like this, and then turn towards one side. You're going to feel the muscles fire a little bit differently. They're just going to hit it in all, or I should say hit it at all angles and really become a very effective stretch at hitting all the muscles around the hip capsule. Hold this one for 15 seconds, come back, and then repeat that 3 times. What you're going to do then is just go and twist towards the opposite direction. Hold this one again, 15 seconds, come back, repeat 3 times. How we can even take this further is going back into that lunging position like this, put our arms out in front of us, and then go all the way up towards the ceiling. What I want to do from there is then bend towards one direction. So I'm taking my upper body and taking that shoulder down towards the hip. When you get to a point where it's a very good stretch, hold this one for 15 seconds, come back up to the middle, and then repeat that 3 times, and then just simply switch to the other side. From there, just switch legs and make sure that you do the other hip to keep them both in balance. Give that one a try. It's a wonderful hip exercise. So this next hip pain relief stretch is great because it's going to work both hips at the same time. This is called the 90-90 hip stretch, and why they call it that is because both knees are going to be put at 90 degrees. The front leg right here, what you want to do is make sure that everything is lying flat from the ankle to the knee to the hip, and then the back leg, same thing. What I would like to do is, with tight hips, sometimes you'll be leaning over to the side and you can't go up straight. Use your arm on this side right here to really just push yourself upright. You're going to feel a very good stretch into that hip capsule. How we can get more of an intense stretch with this one is putting your arm out like this and then leaning forward into it. I tell you what, I feel a really good stretch right now into my left side. I hold this one for 15 seconds. I just come back up, and then I'm just going to repeat that up to 3 times. And then you just simply switch to the other side to do the same thing. 90 degrees at both knees right here. You're just going to push yourself up, put your arm up like this, and then you're just going to lean forward into it. Give this one a try. It's an excellent hip stretch. So if we're looking to get rid of hip pain for good, we without a doubt have to strengthen the muscles and soft tissue around the hip joint. And we're going to do that first by building off of the 90-90 exercise that we just did. So get back into that 90-90 stretch exercise starting position. What I'm going to do is I'm going to lift my butt up off the floor just like this. You're going to feel the glutes, the buttocks start to fire, also the low back, core muscles, and into the leg. Take the hand on the opposite side right here, and then what I'm going to do is just laterally bend towards the side where I have my hand on the floor just like this. So I'm taking my left side and I'm bending towards the right. You're going to feel a lot of muscles in and around the hip start to fire. If you can hold this for 15 seconds, that is great. And then from there, you're just going to relax, and then you're just going to repeat that. Lift the butt up, and then you're just going to bend into it. Try to do this for 5 complete repetitions. And then just simply switch to the other side to make sure that you keep both hips in balance. This next hip strengthening exercise is called the fire hydrant, and you're going to find out for very good reason. We're going to start on all fours. You can do this one on the floor or in bed. But what we want to do is start by just lifting one leg up like this. You're going to feel everything around that hip start to fire. The glutes, the buttock, the leg, abs, low back. It works all of those muscles. It is a great one. If you can hold this up to 15 seconds, that is great. And then you're just going to simply come back down and then repeat that on the opposite side. 15-second holds, come back, and then switch back over. You want to try to do this 5 times on each side. So the second part of this exercise, what we're going to do is a modified bird dog. So we're going to do kind of like a knee kick bird dog exercise. Let's start off into the bird dog. That is just taking one leg and going completely straight like this. Hold this for about 5 seconds. What you're going to do then is lift the knee up towards the chest until you feel a very good, basically the muscles around that hip fire. Hold this one for 5 seconds and then go back into the bird dog. And then you're just going to repeat this 5 times. Switch to the other side, do the same thing. Just kick back into that bird dog, bring that knee back like this, and then just keep going 5 times on each side. So the last part of the fire hydrant exercise, what we're going to do is a circular motion. So let's bring that hip back up like this. But what I'm going to do is really just go into nice circles just like this with the hip. I really like this one because it really forces the muscles to work in unison. It's going to build stability. It's going to build control into the lower back, the pelvis, and into the hip. I try to do 5 complete circles, just nice, slow, controlled motions. From there, what I'm going to do is then go into reverse. So I'm doing that circle, but I'm just going in reverse. Again, 5 complete, nice, slow circles with this, and then just simply switch to the other side. Great exercise. It works on so many things around the hip. Give that one a try. If you liked the video and got a lot of relief, please show us your support by giving this video a like and maybe subscribing to our channel too. If you have any comments or questions, please leave them below. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Thanks for watching.